How's it going, everyone? A new major order has deployed for Helldivers 2, and it has some pretty nice rewards attached to it, although we have failed our beloved Super Earth as we did fail the objectives for the last one, so we'll talk all about that. On top of that, we have a major update as far as the game's Steam reception. It has hit a major threshold. I thought it was going to do it over the weekend, but thankfully it has hit it now. We'll talk all about that and why it is so important to be above that threshold. And noted on PC Gamer, a little bit of a funny note. I think this is more of a meme than anything else, but definitely hilarious to say the least. So we'll get to that at the end of this video. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, please like this video and do leave a comment with your thoughts. It really does help out the channel a lot, and it is much appreciated. But right off the top, there is a brand new major order that is live right now. Contain the Terminid outbreak before the bugs are able to spread further. This is going to be live for the next 3 days and change, and it looks like the community is going to steamroll right past that. Unlike the major order that just wrapped up, as there was a failure message. Despite the valorous efforts of the Helldivers, automaton marauders have invaded Super Earth territory. Patriotic citizens mourn as their sufficiently sized homes burn to the ground. Super Earth citizens demand justice and they will receive it, but for now, the Terminid control system is ready for activation. That's absolutely hilarious. I love how tongue-in-cheek this game is. It knows exactly what it is and it hones in on the humor and does it in a way that it doesn't come across grating, and they just sprinkle it in at the right moments where it just hits really well. Just like the Amazon style reviews in the Superstore. They do things like that perfectly, and I saw something on social media where somebody threw out the idea, yes, this message is cool, but now that they have so many resources, now that we do have so many people playing the game, I feel like you could develop the world of Super Earth a lot more. And what if a major order failed? You had a little video to go along with it. What if you have a saved area, maybe even a catalog of the war efforts and the history, and you throw images? Like, if we're talking about patriotic citizens mourning, there's a lot of things you could do in terms of showcasing some imagery. Just think, as far as the ceiling for this game, the sky's really the limit, and I just see so many cool ideas, and I've thought of cool ideas myself, but I'm thinking more as far as gameplay. But there's also all of these elements that people think of just from a presentation standpoint, and I think presentation to Helldivers 2, just like the introductory video of the game, just those sprinkles, those little touches of Helldivers 2, I feel like add so much to the game and what they could implement. As far as the ideas I've seen, just completely humorous, and I would love to see them execute that, and I think it could add a little bit of a narrative emphasis to the game as well. If you do have like an overarching developing narrative, I get it, you could write out these messages and whatnot, but what if there were little videos or imagery to go along with it? I think that could be pretty fun and pretty humorous, and you guys got me thinking. As far as whoever said that on social media, I was like, man, that's a good idea, and I'm sure a lot of people outlined that in terms of developing the world a little bit more, so I throw that out there. Now, we do have a brand new major order. Again, Veld was determined clear of Terminid presence months ago, but it appears a subterranean hive eluded detection and has been yeshating on democratic vermin for weeks. Now the spawn have erupted, creating a massive outbreak that threatens to engulf the entire planet if we do not act quickly. Contain the outbreak now before the bugs are able to spread further, and it was going along relatively smoothly. It was noted on PC Gamer. I'll leave a link to their article. They've been doing great coverage of Helldivers 2, by the way. They got an interview up that just has a lot of key information that we'll go over in a future video, but it was noted, courtesy of Helldivers.io and a few boffins that are currently tearing their hair out on Helldivers 2 Discord, Veld initially had a recovery rate of around 7%. That's how many percentage points an hour the bugs get on the planet, and the number of players need to outpace and win that particular tug of war. Initially, 80,000 people barely made a dent, but it was adjusted, and now the Mavericks are currently pulling off a 6% liberation rate with just over half that number. And it looks like Arrowhead, literally, as this article was being written, adjusted some things, and Veld's regen dropped to 3%, and there's about 180,000 souls currently squashing bugs in Veld. So let's see if that gets wrapped up. Should get wrapped up. This should be a major order. Maybe they adjusted it to be something a little bit more tolerable, but 45 medals attached to this as well. So if you're looking to make your way through the battle passes, the war bonds, I should say, because they aren't just passes passes. They aren't temporary or anything like that. 45 credits there is gonna go a long way. So go ahead and help out the force as far as that's concerned. Moving on, another major update. I like to observe this just to see how the reception of the game has changed. Helldivers 2 has hit 80% very positive reception on Steam across 156,000 reviews. Very positive is where most developers really want to be. Very positive indicates that a game is being very well received. Yes, below the threshold of very positive is mostly positive, which mostly positive to you, just at a surface level, if you're not familiar with how Steam works, okay, mostly positive. That sounds pretty appealing. However, most people know what mostly positive means, and that means you're within that 70% threshold. Guys, think of it as if you were in grade school. What was the difference when you brought home a C and a B to your parents? I don't know about you guys, but that was a world of difference. You bringing home a 79 and it don't look too good. All of a sudden, you go up 2 points and it's an 81. Oh, you got a B. That's pretty good. That's just how it works. It's also perception, and very positive goes from 80% all the way up to 94%, so you're also talking about covering a larger spectrum there, and mostly positive. Again, was indicative of a lot of the other issues in the game. Server woes had it at mostly positive for a while. Now things are being adjusted. A lot more people are leaving reviews, and it's good to see that reception change. And again, to crap on the person that was like, you should leave your reviews up there because we need to talk about first impressions. No, the reviews are there to guide people into making wise purchase decisions, and if the server issues aren't there anymore, that is not applicable. Those reviews should be altered or they should be edited, and more positive reviews should roll in, and that's what's happening with Helldivers 2. I get it, there's still the anti-cheat issue and things of that nature, but for the most part, the game has been a fantastic experience, and I think 80% positive is worthwhile. On top of that, the game is still sitting at around 280 to 300,000 concurrent players on Steam, so very positive there. I do want to make one final note as far as something going on, also noted on PC Gamer. Helldivers 2 players are getting a little wild as people have been using a stream deck to map stratagems so they could call in stratagems utilizing a stream deck. There was a YouTuber who taped a stream deck to their wrist and mapped arrow keys to the buttons to mimic their Helldivers call down action in real life. I mean, yo, people be wanting to hell dive, and you know what? I'm about it. I'm about people taking this game in very humorous ways. That's what this game is about. It's all about the humor. I saw a lot of comments when we talked about the idea of there being a meta and stratagem loadouts, and one of the top-rated comments was somebody really pushing back on that idea because of the humor aspect of this game, to not take it all too seriously. I'm not saying go grief your boys or grief other players, but not taking the game too seriously. I do understand from that standpoint. I do also want to make note, our good friends at Green Man Gaming do have the game discounted. If you're looking to pick it up, go over there, utilize the code FEB17, and you can get it 17% off. We'll leave a link in the description box below. But that is going to do it for us. Again, the major order, the new major order is running right now. 45 medals to go with it if we do accomplish it. The last one was a failure, and again, I think it would be humorous if they do develop what a failure means into the overarching narrative. And I do think that's something they're gonna look at. I'm assuming everything that I am looking at on social media that I find rather compelling, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm sure that's gone through the heads of Arrowhead, and they're thinking about implementing that as well. Very good news as far as its Steam reception, hovering up to very positive. That's great news to see, as well as its Steam concurrent player counts continue to be strong, and a little bit wild are people getting with Helldivers 2 as far as stream decks being utilized to call in stratagems. You know, you guys do you. If you want to get wild with it, more power to you. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.